know that's the easy answer to say, well, we need lots more money. But actually, schools like Michaela School in London show that children can get a very, very good education, and other schools, as well around the country show that it can be done. It's not simply a question of money. Money helps, but it's not just money.
Where do you think that attitude comes from? Because you see, it doesn't seem to be endemic in the Labour Party. It seems to be endemic regardless which party's in power.
Yeah, no, I think that's absolutely true. And I think this is, like I was saying earlier, I don't think the Conservatives covered themselves in glory in this regard at all. I think it's exactly the same reason, as we were talking about in relation to museums and television programs and literature. It's contempt for people. It's an assumption that kind of normal people, and by that I suppose I really mean working class people, are too stupid to cope with anything else. So you have to lower the standards because they won't be able to achieve more than this. And again, I'm at risk of harking on all the time about when I was a teacher, but this is something I've learned from being a parent as well as a teacher. Children meet, it's a cliche, I know it's a cliche, but I also think it's true. Children meet whatever standards you set for them. If you have high standards for children, if you have high expectations of what you think they're going to achieve, children meet those high standards. They do. They really live up to high expectations. Whereas if your expectations of children are low, if you go into the classroom as a teacher, or if you as a parent have the attitude, well, of course you're not going to be able to do this, or you're not going to be interested in this, this will be too challenging, so I better just get you to read the summary, then children will just read the summary. Children will come to take on board those low expectations and internalize them and think that that's all they're capable of doing. And I think, again, at heart, it is this contempt, this idea that children, working class children in particular, are stupid, won't be interested, and can't be made to learn or to be interested. Or, they're too, for all children now, too psychologically vulnerable, that having to learn is too stressful. You couldn't give a child a test on their times tables or on their spellings because you might make things a bit stressful for them. Again, in my experience, both as a parent and a teacher, children love competition. Nothing gets children more excited than the prospect of a bit of friendly competition. Obviously, you've got to, if it's a good school, it'll make sure that these competitions are happening on the sporting field, and in the English classroom and in the maths and science classroom, to give all children a bit of a chance of being the one who's going to have an opportunity to shine. In the music studio, in the art classroom, you want to have those high expectations right across the board. And like I say, hopefully every child will find something where they feel as if they can excel a little bit. But the idea that you have to dumb everything down just speaks to this idea that children are not really considered to be capable. They don't really amount to much. So there's no point trying. And if you do try, you'll probably make them mentally ill because they get too stressed and anxious.